Welcome back to CIS 105. Today we're going to start working on Word Textbook Chapter 1. The textbook project can be accessed on the SAM website by joining the CIS 105 OMON section. If you are enrolled in a different section and viewing this video at a different date, please adjust the section to the syllabus. Once you log into SAM, you will see the current assignments due starting at the beginning of the class. If you click on the assignment day, you'll see all the assignments listed. Generally, I have them open starting the beginning of the semester. If you see on here, you'll see there's a bunch of trainings that are available, as well as projects and exams. Today we're going to work on the Word Chapter 1 textbook project on SAM. When you click on the Word Module 1 textbook project on SAM, you'll see that you have 3 submissions. You'll be given a start file, a support file, and then an instruction file. If you are not using a printed textbook and rather using the MindTap Reader available on the SAM website, you would click this to launch the MindTap Reader. Once you click the download link for the start file, as well as the support file, you'll have everything you need to continue working. One thing to note, if you're using the textbook project via the printed textbook, the directions will be slightly different for the file name. In this situation here, the file name will be surf_flyer_ your first and last name together. It is not necessary to include the .docx in the file. Since I have downloaded the file, I'll be able to click the Word file. Generally, when you open an Office document from a third-party website such as SAM or even a file from Outlook, you'll be opening in Protective View. You must click Enable Editing. Just like the textbook says, the original file is blank. However, if you notice, the file does have my name in it, and it will have your name in it when you download it. This file must be uploaded to SAM from this file rather than creating a blank file like the textbook suggests. The very first thing that we should do to make sure that we save this so SAM will accept it is to go ahead and rename this file. So I'll choose File, Save As. I'll find a place that I want to save my file. In this case, it's going to be my Documents folder. And I'll change the file name. Since I copied it from the SAM website, it's very easy for me to go ahead and just paste the new file name in. In this case, surf_flyer_ name. Once again, you do not need to include the docx. Word will append that for you. So let's begin. If you're following along in the textbook, you'll be turning to page WD2, where you'll see a picture of the completed document, as well as the directions to continue working from this project. On WD3, you'll see that it asks us to maximize Word and create a blank document. Since we're starting from the SAM file, we do not need to go ahead and create a blank document. Word is maximized. The Print Layout button, which is down here in the lower right hand corner near the clock, is selected by default. If not, make sure you select that. We also want to make sure that normal style is available and working. We'll flip to WD4. On WD4, it's going to have us click to type. If your formatting marks are not turned on by default, that's this funny looking backwards P here, you want to go ahead and make sure you turn them on. So it'll look like that is turned off, and then when you click on it, you turn them back on and the P will show up in the document. That will help you as you go along typing to follow along as the book shows. We're going to type the text, surfs up, exclamation point, we're going to press the Enter key. What this is going to do is this is going to move our line to a new blank line. Once again, if the formatting marks were not turned on, this would be the time to turn them back on. We're going to insert a blank line, and to insert a blank line in Word, we're going to go ahead and press the Enter key again. We're going to change our width to zoom to page width. So we're going to go to the View tab. We're going to go ahead and choose page width. What this does, this maximizes the window to fit as wide as your computer screen allows. Then we're going to go ahead and type the text that we see on page WD7. The text will be learn to surf or improve your form and skills on the waves through expert instruction from our award dash, make sure you put the dash in there, winning surf school period. At that point, you'll press the Enter key to move on to a new paragraph. Oftentimes in the textbook, it will have you intentionally misspell a word, so that way you can go ahead and use the Illustrate Words autocorrect feature. We're going to type private, and then you're going to misspell the word group as G-O-U-P. As soon as you go ahead and press the space, it's going to mark it as a misspelled word and flag it with a red squiggly line. To go ahead and correct that, you'll be able to right-click on the word and select the proper spelling. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we press the space bar, and we're going to continue to type the text that we see on the page, which is lessons. We're going to press the Enter key. Excuse me, I forgot to type the word or. Private or group lessons. Photo and video packages available. Enter. Reef, shoes, and surfboard rental included. Pardon me, included, enter. To sign up for a lesson, comma, call 555-surf and capitalize every letter of surf, exclamation point. Once again, we're going to save our document. Because we've already saved it, we're just going to be able to click the Save option. If we flip over to page WD12, we're going to see what our letter currently looks like and what it's about to look like once we start inserting some formatting. On WD13, we're going to go ahead and be sure that we have the Home tab displayed. And then we're going to click someplace in the paragraph Surf's Up, and we're going to center this text. So we're going to go ahead and click the center option. The alternative for this will be to go ahead and click Control E on the keyboard. That will center the text. To center another paragraph, in this case it will be the signature line, and the signature line they're talking about is the line that has the phone number in it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to click somewhere in that line and click Center or Control E on the keyboard. We're going to go ahead now and select a line. So we're going to move our insertion point back up to Surfs Up, and we're going to select the line. We want to select the entire line, including the paragraph signal. You can click to drag to select the line, or you can use one of the built-in features here by triple clicking. That will select the entire line, including the paragraph symbol. We're going to go ahead and change our formatting on here so that our paragraph is now 72-point font. Then we're going to flip over to page WD16, where we're going to change our font face to Rockwell Extra Bold. So we'll go over here to the font face, and we'll find Rockwell Extra Bold. Rockwell Extra Bold. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use one of the built-in features, that is Change Case. So we'll hover over into the font category and we'll find the Change Case option, and then we'll change it to uppercase. We'll flip to WD18 and we'll look at some text effects at this point. Text effects are the A with the blue outline. With the text still selected, we're going to click the drop-down arrow for text effects, and we're going to choose the text effect called Fill White Line, White Outline, Accent 2, Hard Shadow, Accent 2. We'll click anywhere in the document to deselect the selected text. As you can see, our text is white with an orange outline. We're going to select someplace in the paragraph, Surfs Up, and we're going to point to the shading box. The shading option looks like a paint can. We're going to choose to shade our paragraph with the shading Orange Accent 2, Darker 25%. If you notice, the theme colors up top and the very top row are the theme color with an accent, but have no percentages after them. As soon as you start moving down, you'll start seeing percentages appear. Once you get to the bottom, you'll have standard colors appear that will have no accent on them. This is how all Office products function. We're going to go ahead now and select multiple lines. On page WD20, we're going to scroll to make sure that we have all of our lines in the window to be shown. We're going to move our insertion point to the line Learn to Surf or Improve Your Skills, and we're going to select all the lines except for the signature line. With a simple click and drag, we have gone ahead and selected all the lines. You'll notice that a floating toolbar has appeared. Oftentimes in Microsoft Office products, floating toolbars will appear when you need them. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change our font size to be 24 point. This floating toolbar has the option to change the font size directly on it. We'll scroll to make sure that everything is still visible. We're now going to change some of our text to bulleted text. We're going to select the three lines Private, Photo, and Reef, and we're going to convert those to bulleted text. We'll use the bullet option by just clicking bullets. It'll convert it with the default option. Let's try the undo and redo option. If we use the undo button, it'll undo the bullets. If we use the redo option, it'll bring the bullets back. Next, we're going to go ahead and italicize text. On page WD23, we're going to click someplace in the word to be italicized. In this case, it's the word expert. And we're going to click the I for italics button. The other option is hit Control I on the keyboard. We'll flip to WD24, where we're going to change the color of the word expert to a different text. We'll use the font color option, and we'll change the text to orange accent 2, darker 25%. On WD25, we're going to format more text, but we're going to use the mini toolbar instead. Let's select the signature line. Once again, you can click and drag, or you can triple click. Be sure to select the paragraph symbol. The floating toolbar appeared, where we can change the font size to 28 point. We'll flip the page and change the font color to the same color that we've been using. Because we've selected this before, it's going to appear as the font color defaultly under the A. Let's select a group of words. The group of words we're going to select would be 555 surf exclamation point. 555 surf rather. Let's underline that text. You can use the floating toolbar to use the U to underline. You can underline on the toolbar, or you can click Control E on the keyboard. Let's bold some text. Let's select the text award-winning, click and drag, or again, you can double click and click the bold option. Once again, on the floating toolbar, B on the taskbar up top, or Control B. Now we're going to head and adjust our zoom to one page. Let's click on the View tab. We'll say Zoom to one page. What this will do is this will scroll out all the way until our entire document is available on one screen. Because we've done some formatting, we're going to click Save. We're going to go ahead and change our theme colors right now. Theme colors are done on the Design tab. So we'll click on Design. We have options for themes as well as theme colors. Since we're going to leave our theme the same, we're just going to change the colors. We're going to click on Colors, and then we're going to scroll down until we find the blue color. You notice that the orange color has now been replaced with a blue color. We'll now go ahead and zoom to page width. We'll go back to View, Page Width under the Zoom category. On page WD31, we're going to insert a picture and center the paragraph. We'll scroll up a little bit till we find the paragraph Surf's Up, and then we'll see in the blank line beneath it, we'll click where the paragraph symbol is. If we use the Home option and then click on the Center button, we can center our text, or we can click Control E on the keyboard. Let's insert the picture. This picture will be the data file that we downloaded from Sam. We'll choose Insert. We'll choose Pictures. This picture will be from File, and we'll just have to find the file that we just downloaded. Oftentimes it will download to your Downloads folder. I find it easiest to sort by date modified and choose the picture we're looking for. This picture is called Surfing. If we click it, the surfing picture will be inserted by default. And it should fit nicely on the page, but we may need to do some resizing. Let's zoom our document out using the zoom bar at the bottom until our graphic is about 40% resized. So right now I'm at 152%. I'll rezoom my document to about 40%. so that I can see the entire page. Alright, you notice that my document now has gone to 2 pages. We're going to need to resize our picture to make it fit on 1 page. So our document should be 1 page and our picture should be 3.7 inches tall by 5.6 inches wide. So if you go to the size option, we can select the size and type 3.7, and then we can choose in the height option, or pardon me, width option, 5.06. And that'll resize our picture exactly where we need it to be, making it 1 page. We can now zoom back to 100% by dragging or clicking right in the center. Will bring us back to 100%. You can drag it left to right a little bit to make it as large as you need to, or you can click on View on the toolbar and just choose 100%. Let's apply a picture style. The picture is still selected. We'll make sure that we're on the Format for Picture Tools option, and we're going to apply a picture style. There are some predefined picture styles here, but the one we're looking for would probably not be listed. We're going to be looking for the soft edge oval picture style. So look for the one that's an oval and hover over it and it'll tell you what it is. Soft edge oval. Then we're going to apply some picture effects as shown on WD-37. So the picture is still selected. We're going to go ahead and use the picture effects option. We're going to find a glow effect, and then we're going to be looking for the glow lime 5-point glow accent color 6. So go to the lime color, hover over it till you find it, and generally it will tell you the lime 5-point glow accent color 6 is the first one, all the way to the right. That's not always the case. Oftentimes it depends on your monitor size, so you have to be careful. We'll flip to page WD-38. We're going to apply some more picture effects, so make sure the picture is still selected. Go to Picture Effects, scroll all the way down till you find the bevel option, and then choose the bevel angle effect. Once again, as often the case, you want to hit Save as often possible. We're going to go to the Design tab. We're going to use the Borders option for page borders. We're going to find the border which looks like a few dots with a large line in it. Mine is about the 6th option down. We're going to go to the color. Our color is going to be lime accent 6 lighter 40%. Lime accent 6 lighter 40%. And our width for the border is going to be 4.5 point. It's important to set these options from top to bottom, so that way if you miss the option to change the border type and then change the color and width, oftentimes when you set the color and width it will redo what your default styling was for that border. You'll then click OK. We're going to go ahead and choose View on the toolbar. We're going to view it and change it back to 1 page, so that way we can see the entire document to make sure that the border fits on 1 page. We're going to go ahead and change our line spacing. So let's go to the Layout tab. We're going to find the spacing before and after. Our spacing before should stay 0, but our spacing after should be 12 point. Right now it's set to 8 point. We're then going to go ahead and find the signature line, and we're going to change our spacing there to be 8 point after, 12 point before. Generally, you can hit the up arrow a few times so you get to the spacing you need. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to center our page contents vertically. We'll make sure we're still on the Layout tab. This time we're going to need to choose the More dialog box option for page setup. We'll choose the Layout tab, and then we'll change our vertical alignment to centered. And then we'll click OK. We're going to click Save one more time. The book tells you to go ahead and save and exit Word and then reopen it. That's not necessary to do. It's just to illustrate that you can reopen and zoom back in. Let's insert some text into our existing document here. So we'll scroll till we find the surf to learn or improve. We're going to click right before the O in or, but after the space. And we're going to type the word today. Space. The next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and use the double click option to select a line, 1, 2. That will select the word today, and they're going to have us delete that line that we just typed in. So we hit the delete key. Then we're going to move some text. So the text they'd like us to move is the text reef shoes and surfboard rental included. So select the text and be sure that you select the paragraph symbol afterwards. And if we want, we can drag that with the insertion point right before the P in photo, and it will reorder our list. The last option here would be to put Word into reading mode. Before we do that, let's make sure we click Save. And then we'll show you how to use reading mode. Down the bottom right-hand corner of Word, we're in print layout mode currently. We'll choose reading mode. This will go ahead and open up our Word document as if it was in book format. We'll also be able to choose View, Page Color, and change it to sepia or inverse color. And be sure to change it back to none afterwards, so that way it doesn't open up in a different formatting. After you've done that, please turn it back to page layout. And that's all there was to Chapter 1. We'll click Save one more time. We'll go back to the SAM website. We'll find our document, Word Chapter 1 Textbook Project. We'll choose the file. We'll find the file that we just worked on. We'll choose Open. Submit. SAM will check the file to make sure that it's the right file type, the right formatting, and the right file size, as well as to check for viruses. We'll click the X, and then we can check on the Reports tab, and we can see how we've done. If you click on the report, it will download a copy of how SAM graded our file. If we look at it, we've scored 100 on our project. You'll then be able to use the skills that you learned now in order to complete the SAM Module 1 project. This is also found on the SAM website. If we go back to the activity calendar, you'll see that that project is due right underneath the textbook project. You'll also have 3 attempts on that as well. The goal here is to use SAM to find your mistakes. They'll tell you what you did wrong. Go back to the textbook, correct the mistakes, and re-upload it to SAM. You'll have 3 attempts to get 100.